anymore. So anyways, third grade. Yes? Are you third grade?
Yes.
Okay, wanted to make sure. What's the best thing about third grade? Yes, sir. I like that, how fast those hands went up. What's the best thing? What's your name?
Barrett.
Barrett? Okay.
I think the best thing about third grade is how nice this costume is.
Good man, good man.
And
What's the second best thing about third grade?
I'd say the science fair and the science projects.
Okay, all right, so you've done a few science projects, right? Have you done, when you do your science project, do you do any writing with them, or have they just been the projects?
I think, well, I'm not going to do it this year because I didn't, but I think it's going to be like you have this big board and you write all what your hypothesis is, and if you're right or wrong, what you're...
So it sounds like you might be doing some like scientific writing. Just quickly, do you know if well, let me see if I get all my, can you see anything up there yet?
Yeah.
All right, this is the thing. Down, I gotta go down. So this is always hard for me when I have to write, because I do like looking at you, but I need you to let me know if you can't see something, right? Oh, there we go. All right. Oh, okay. All right. So have you seen this card before?
Yes.
All right. So just quickly, when you think about scientific writing, Barrett, what do you think of? Do you think of narrative or do you think of expository?
Expository.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Do you know what I do because of that question I asked about scientific writing? Do you know what I'm here for?
To help us be better writers?
Yes, sir. So I was just kind of curious about that. What else is the best thing about third grade? Yes, sir.
Science and reading.
Science and reading. All right. That's kind of an interesting conversation. Do you like what kind of reading do you like to do? Do you like to do kind of expository reading, nonfiction? Okay. Because that's kind of the connection, isn't it, between science and reading? Yes, sir.
I like to do math. It's really fun.
You're a numbers guy? Okay. I'm a word guy. So, we got to get some girls here. What's the best thing about third grade?
I think I like PE.
You like PE?
How nice this costume.
Okay. All right. PE is a pretty good thing. All right. Are you good at something? You know?
PE.
Yeah. What about PE? Anything in particular, I guess, about PE? Do you have a strength? Running? Are you a runner? Okay. Very cool. All right. How about you? Best thing about third grade?
I like all of the activities that we do.
Do you? Just generally, school's a fun place to be. You like coming to school? Do you? Okay, good. How about you, my dear? What's the best thing about third grade?
Best thing about third grade? Well, there's actually a bunch.
I know, but I want you to pick. I want you to try to think about the best thing for you, even though.
Well, I like the teacher, and I like coming and seeing all my friends.
Good. It looks like a good group of people here. And how about we have one more, and then we'll do some things. How about you, my dear?
I like cursive and PE.
Ooh, cursive. All right. Are you good at cursive?
I like cursive.
You like cursive?
I learned it in second grade.
Okay. All right. Well, that's really good. I'm glad that you all seem to like school in third grade. That's great. And actually, the year's coming down. You're almost fourth graders, aren't you? Very, 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 very cool. All right. I want to talk about something I'm concerned about. Do you have any concerns out there in the world? Yeah, do you? I've got some concern. You know what my concern is? The emerald ash borer. What do you think of that? What do you think of that, sir? Any questions in your head? Yes?
What is that?
I know, the emerald ash borer. We should all be worried about it. I'm joking. But it's not actually. It's not from around here. Can you see that? What does it look like? Nah, it's not a snake, but you know what? But that's the path they make inside a tree. How did it get in there? They lay eggs, and then they get into, what tree? Listen, the emerald ash borer. What kind of a tree do you think it is affecting? Yes.
An ash tree?
an ash tree, right? And I don't live around here. I live in Chicago, Illinois, right? And I come up here, so I live pretty far away. You don't have the emerald ash borer up here, but we do, and it is doing some damage to our ash trees. So, what do you think? Are you for trees or against them? What do you think? Are you for saving trees?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, so that's really what I want to think about today. I want to think about letting people know how I feel about the emerald ash borer and what it's doing. But then, you know what we're doing in the city of Naperville? Where they're cutting down the ash trees. Right? Here's another example. Right here. See the damage they do inside? This is when you take the bark off a tree. This is what you see inside the tree. Right? And then there's another picture of the emerald ash borer. Why do you think it's called the emerald ash borer? Yes?
It's because it's like greenish.
It's green, yeah, it's kind of like a metallic green, and it's called the borer. Why is it called a borer? Yes, my dear?
Because it like goes into the tree and it like...
Yeah, it's boring into the tree, right? So what I thought I needed to do was, I was out walking around in my neighborhood and they were cutting down some trees, and I thought, oh, that's not good. And I wondered if there was another way to, that they could save the ash trees. What do you think? What do you think?
I think there is another way to save the ash trees because, well, trees, we do need trees because they do clean the oxygen around here in the air.
Yes.
So we could save them by just reusing paper.
Yep.
Paper over and over again.
Yep. I love that. And what you're doing right now, it's what I'm doing. I'm writing an opinion. I'm going to write an opinion paper. I'm actually going to write a letter. That's an opinion. What does that mean when I'm going to write an opinion? Yes.
It's not trill. It just means that it's your thinking what you think inside.
Okay. It's how I feel inside about something, right? It's not necessarily based in truth, right? But it's how I feel, right? But I'm going to try. Do I try to stick with the truth as much as possible?
Yes.
I do try to do that, right? What else do you know about opinion?
Well, I know
It is
about,
how I think or feel.
I know about opinion. It's like, it's not a fact. It's what you feel, kind of what you said.
Yep.
It's what you feel, so others may think the opposite.
Okay, so let me just make sure that we're clear. So I do have an opinion, it's how I feel, but do I need to support my opinion with facts? Like, when you supported the thing about trees, what was a fact that you used to support that?
I said that trees clean the oxygen, and I said we could reuse paper because paper
Right.
is...
Are those things both true? Yep. We should save trees because they give up oxygen, and we could, one way we could do that is to save paper, right? So, but when she said her opinion, she said, I think or I feel, right? So that's one way we know it's an opinion. Anyways, can I show you my plan for my letter and see what you think? All right. So first of all, here's my topic. I put the emerald ash borer, but the real problem is removing ash trees, right? They're cutting them down, they're removing them. And who's my audience for this letter? The city of Naperville, that's exactly right. And so I did this too. I have my plan. This is a plan, right? I have my introduction, I have my body, I have my conclusion. I haven't finished my conclusion yet, but I've got my introduction. You ready to see? Can I just read my notes from my introduction? This is what I want to say in the beginning. I have to let them know. What do I have to let them know? Right off the bat. You, back there. Yes, what's your name?
Kai.
Kai? Kai? What do I have to let anybody know if I'm writing an opinion? What do I have to let them know right off the bat? What do you think I have to let them know? I have to let them know if it's an opinion. What do I have to let them know? Do I have to let them know what I'm thinking or feeling? Should I do that right up front, or should I leave that for later? Nope, I have to let them know right off the bat what my opinion is, right? So I want you to listen to my notes, and I want you to think if you can, first of all, if you can identify what, because I didn't use the word opinion, I want you to see if you can tell me what my opinion is, right? So here's what I wrote. Concerned about ash trees, too many cut down, I counted 5 in the last week, I hate to see them gone, and then I put other options, and then I put trees do a lot, let's save. So what do you think my opinion is, right there? What do you think my opinion is? Yes, my dear, in the blue?
It's that you don't like to see them cut down, but some people are okay with that.
Okay, so one of my opinion is I don't like to see them cut down, right? Okay, what's another part of my opinion up there that you think? Yep, right behind her with the glasses, yes.
I think that it's to save trees.
Okay,
To
so
not let them get cut down.
okay, that's one of my suggestions, right, is that they, you know, we need to save trees. That is my opinion, yes. What else is my opinion?
That it's hard to see trees cut down because they help us stay alive.
Yep, yep. Anybody else see anything up there that's also seems like an opinion? Yes?
Maybe some people don't want to say, oh, it's already dead.
Right, huh? Yep. But I'm looking up here at my notes. Do you see anything up in my notes that tells you that it's kind of an opinion? Yes?
Well, actually, some people don't like ash trees, so you say hate to see them gone, and some people like to see them
Okay,
gone.
that's what makes it an opinion, right? Because we feel differently, right? I was thinking about this word right up here. What's that word? Concerned. Is that kind of, because not everybody might be concerned, right? So I'm concerned. I hate to see things down. You know, what are the other options, right? These are all kind of the things I want, you know, for them to think about. So do you think, just based on my introduction, do you think they'll know what my opinion is? Okay. So the other thing I want you to think about before I show you, I already wrote my introduction, my beginning paragraph, but I guess I wonder, let's look at this first note right here. Did I write my sentences?
No.
I didn't write my sentences. What did I do? What did I do? Yes, my dear? I did take notes. Why am I taking notes? Yes, sir. Way in the back.
Probably because you don't want to fill everything up with like a whole paragraph.
Why don't I?
Because then you couldn't list all the facts.
Right. I need space. I need to put my ideas down there, right? And I don't want to write everything out, right? I want to put things that are going to remind me what I need to write. All right. Are you guys taking notes? Is that easy or hard?
Easy.
You think it is easy? All right. So if you see concerned about ash trees, what might my sentence be? What would you expect to see in my introduction with that note right there? What might it sound like? How about you right back there in the pink? What would it sound like? I wrote down my note is concerned about ash trees. What might I say for a sentence? Yeah, that's exactly what I might say. I am really concerned about ash trees. Might I say something else? What else might the sentence? Because I gotta make. Do I have to have a complete sentence?
Yes.
Would I write? Yes, I do. What else might I say? Barrett.
You might say, I'm very concerned about ash trees. I'd appreciate it if you could stop cutting them down.
That's exactly right. Okay. Yes.
I'm concerned about ash trees, and could you please stop cutting them down?
Okay.
because
All right.
of
All right. So can I show you what I wrote and see what you think about? I want you to think if it's a good introduction or a good introductory paragraph. Let me see if I can get this up so you can see more of it, right? All right. So anyways, there's I'm trying to do my letter form, right? And I decided that the date needs to go down here a little bit. This is my draft, right? So it's not, I can make all my corrections as I do this, right? To whom it may concern. I am writing this letter out of concern for the ash trees being cut down in our neighborhood. During recent walks, I noticed 5 more ash trees. During a walk, I noticed 5 more ash trees recently cut down. Let's get this off, hang on. I can't move my paper. All right. To whom it may concern, I am writing this letter out of concern for the ash trees being cut down in our neighborhood. During a walk, I noticed 5 more ash trees recently cut down. I know these trees are infected, but I hate to see so many trees being removed from our neighborhood. Trees do a lot for us. Isn't there anything else we can do for them besides cut them down? Right, my introductory paragraph. What do you think about that? Effective, not effective, and why? What do you think? Let me see. You, sir.
I think it's good because
Is it effective or not effective?
not effective.
Not? So you don't like it? It's
Wait,
not-
I do.
So it's effective, right? Okay. Well, it's effective. Why is it effective?
Because you put spaces and you fixed it.
Okay. So you like the fact that, first of all, I try to do my best, right? I fixed my words. I skip lines, right? Because do I make mistakes? So I want to make sure that my paper's not messy, right? Do I have to do my best work? Quality work? I do. All right. But I'm thinking not about the writing. I'm thinking about what I said in there. What do you think? First you have to tell me, effective or not effective?
I think it's effective.
Okay.
Because you really said how you feel about them and you said that you really want to see.
Okay. So do you think my opinion's going to come across? Okay. What do you think, my dear?
I think it's mostly effective.
I just perked up.
I
Why did I perk up? Why did I perk up?
because
What word did you use?
most.
Mostly. And it makes me wonder, okay, what do I need to change?
Well, I think
What do you think is not effective? Is there something that's not effective in there?
well, it's really good and all,
Okay.
but
Is there something that you might change in that introduction? How about, can I read it one more time? Is that okay? All right. To whom it may concern. I am writing this letter out of concern for the ash trees being cut down in our neighborhood. During a walk, I noticed 5 more ash trees recently.
wait, I think I know what's wrong.
Okay.
In the beginning, maybe you should say, instead of just saying cut down, you could like say sadly cut down.
Oh, so maybe get some more, more descriptive words in there to tell people, let them know how I feel? Okay. All right, that's interesting. I'll have to think about that. Yes? Effective or not effective?
It's effective
Uh-huh.
because you showed your feelings about it and how you feel about ash trees.
Okay.
And I actually think that during a recent walk is good.
Do you think
instead of during a walk.
And especially, it was a recent walk, right? Because what's that telling them?
Because it means like you did it before and now.
Yeah, I did it kind of just a little while ago, right? So it's something that's happening right now, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, my dear, did you want to say something? Okay. All right. So, you know what I have to do? I just wanted to wait to show you on my plan. I love this. You have cha-ching, right? Concerned about trees. Can I check it off? Too many trees cut down, 5 last week. Can I check that off? I think so. Hate to see them gone. Other options. Check it off. I didn't use the exact words, but I think I got that, what I wanted to say down there. Trees do a lot. Let's save.
Yes.
Okay, check it off. All right. So where am I going to next? Where am I going to next? Yes, my dear. And what's going to be in the body? Yes. And what do we call this stuff? Can you read that? Can you see my notes? What do we call this stuff? And now I'm going to have the second paragraph. The body is going to be all about the reasons. Okay. All right, let me see. All right. Here's the thing I want you to think about. How many paragraphs am I going to have in here? How many paragraphs? is my letter gonna be? I planned for it, yes.
3.
The first paragraph is gonna be
Introduction.
my introduction. The second paragraph, which I'm writing right now, is the
Body.
and my last one's going to be the conclusion. 3 paragraphs. Do you have to write 3 paragraphs? Always, always, always?
No. Most of the time.
Oh, she knows what she's gonna say? Mostly, again. I'm just teasing. But what you have to try to write, rather, if you're writing a story, 3 paragraphs. If you're writing informational text, well, how many paragraphs?
3.
And if you're writing an opinion like I am, a letter, how many paragraphs? 3. Okay. Look at, I indented, right? Do you have to indent when you start a new paragraph?
Yes.
How many indents should I have in my letter? Yes, sir.
3.
I should have 3. All right. What about this right here? Do you like how I started this off? Why did I say to whom it may concern? Yes, my dear.
Because you're not really writing to anybody, you're just writing to all the people that are cutting the trees.
Okay. Well, yes, but it's going to go to somebody. Somebody's going to read it, but I don't know who that person is, right? So I wanted to use that. What would happen if I said, "Dear sir"?
Which is a lady.
What would? Yes, sir.
If you said dear sir, it could probably be a woman reading.
Right. And would I want to offend her? No. Just like I don't want to say, "Dear madam." Right? Because what would happen if I said, "Dear madam"? Do you know that word, madam?
Yeah.
All right. What might happen?
If it was a guy that was reading it, you might
Right. So I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to say what?
What?
What am I going to say? Yes, sir.
Dear, who's reading this letter?
I'm giving you a hint. Look at my letter right here. What am I going to say? Whom? It's a different way of saying who, right? To whom? To whom it may concern. All right. Does that make sense to you? To whom it may concern? Okay. All right. So I have to indent. I'm going to start in, and this is what I'm going to say first. Trees add
Shade.
and I sometimes put a little mark, beauty, right? Oh, you know what though? I was thinking about this. What do you think needs to be first? Listen to my reasons. Trees add shade and beauty. They give value to homes, right? Our homes. Trees are ecological. What do you think about which one is the most important? Because I think I need to think about which ones might come first and which ones might come last. So I need to probably number them. What do you think, my dear? Say, the value, think the value, that might be an important thing? Okay. Anybody think differently? What do you think? Listen, trees add shade and beauty, they have value, trees are ecological. What does that mean, ecological? Yes?
That means that animals can live there.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think is the most important, what do you think is the most important thing? What do you think I should start with? What do you think, my dear?
Trees are ecological.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Do you think that is the most important, why we need to keep trees?
Yeah.
So what am I going to do, if that's going to be my first one, what should I do right there to remind me what I need to do? Yes, sir?
You should number it.
I should. What number should I put there? Okay. So now I want you to think which one is going to be number 2. Which one do you think is the second most powerful piece? Kai?
The first one.
You think the first one? I kind of agree with you. I think that one because I think that is important, right? And then the last one I think is the value one, right? What do you think? Would you agree with that, Kai? Okay. All right. So sometimes you have to think about your reasons. Some reasons are more important than others, right? Okay. So let's do that one first. So I'm going to indent and I'm going to like this. Let me see. Can you read this?
Yes.
What word's coming up next? What do you think I need to be putting there? Yes? Okay, so it's important to the earth. Yep, I could say earth. What do you think, my dear, way back there?
I think you should say trees are important to the animals.
Oh, to the animals, yes, I could do that. But, you know, somebody said, you said, I think before about oxygen too, right? I wasn't thinking of that. But, you know, what else could I say? Yes, sir.
The trees are important to us.
Yes, I could. Is there anything else I could say? Yes?
Trees are important to the environment.
All right, are you ready for this? See what I'm going to say. This is what I was thinking. What's it going to be? Yes.
Is it logical?
Everybody?
Could be. Could be. What do you think? Yes, sir.
Earth?
Do you think so? Could it be Earth?
No, because that's
Why do you think it could be Earth or couldn't be Earth? Yes.
because that's another key.
It is a lowercase. Do we need an uppercase for Earth? We do, so it couldn't be Earth. So watch this. What's it going to be? All right. Trees are important to the environment. Can you see? So I'm just kind of looking right here. Can I check off the trees are ecological? I can, because I didn't use that word, but I said something like that, right? Should I do squirrels and birds?
Yeah.
And I just have one more right here, which is about this is what we have in our neighborhoods. What do we have in our neighborhood? They're kind of neat. So what do we have in our neighborhood? Cardinals and owls. Do you guys know what cardinals are?
Yes.
All right. So I think that might be a good thing for them to know. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to keep coming back to our neighborhood. I'm just trying to think. Oh, because I used the word neat species. I gotta figure out how it. Let me see. Oh. What's coming up next? What word's coming up next? Kai?
I just want to say something that I think it's supposed to be neighborhoods. Neighbor.
Oh,
A neighbor.
so what am I gonna do, Kai? I made a mistake. What am I gonna do?
I'm going to start off in the neighborhood of
Okay, yep, I could do that too, just like this. Is that why I skip lines, Kai? Oh, I'm having trouble spelling today. My hand doesn't want to work. All right, or maybe it's my head. In our neighborhood, we have neat species like, what am I going to say? Yes, sir.
Owls.
Yes, like, what's coming up next? Yes. Well, look at I checked that off. This is why your plan's really important, right? So what's it going to be, my dear? What word? Can you see on my plan? What haven't I used right now? Mm-hmm. Cardinals, right? All right. Watch this. Check. Where am I going to next? Where am I going to next? Yes, my dear.
Trees, the number 2, the trees are, I can't read the other word, sorry.
Oh, add shade and beauty, all right? I'm trying to think. Do you know what summers are like in Chicago?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think? Are they like here?
No.
No, what are they like?
They're like 100.
They're like 100. That's exactly right. So it's pretty hot. So I might say that, right? Trees give shade. I'm trying to think of a neat way to say that, how hot it is there.
Desert?
What is it?
Desert?
Well, it's not like a desert because it's actually it's not dry. It's humid, right? There's lots of water in the air. So yes.
City?
What is it?
City?
Well, I'm trying to think about how hot it is there. Yes. Yes, my dear. Yeah.
I was just going to say between two animals
Like many.
Like what?
Too many.
Oh, too many? Okay. You think that might be a little bit more effective? Okay. Trees also give shade in our, how about this word?
Experiment.
Summers.
What do you think? Okay. I can check off the shade. Well, I can check off the shade. I haven't done the beauty yet. I can check off the protect from the hot summer, right? Can I keep using the word trees over and over again?
No.
What do I need to be doing besides using that word trees over and over again? It can't be trees, trees, trees. So what am I going to do besides use trees? Yes, sir. So what would I use? Think about it. What would I use? Trees are a noun, right? What would I use in place of a tree, right? Instead of saying trees, trees, trees. Trees are this, trees are that. What could I say?
The bark of a tree?
Well, no, I don't want to say the bark of the tree because I want to make sure. I still want to think. I want people thinking about trees, not just the bark. Yes, my dear.
They?
Yeah, could I use they? Do you know what we call they? What kind of a word is they? I love it. What were you going to say? You kept putting your hand up like this. You want to take a risk, try something. What do you think? What kind of a word is they? Okay. What kind of a word is they?
I think they is plural noun. Plural noun?
Well, yes, but it's not really. It's not just a noun. What is it? Have you ever heard of pronoun?
Yeah.
All right, it's a pronoun. And when do you use a pronoun? When do you have to use a pronoun? Yes, sir.
When there something like there are.
Right, yeah, but why do you use that? Why do we have to use a pronoun instead of a noun? Like, why do I want to say it or they instead of trees?
Because you keep using more trees, like.
Right, it helps it make it a little bit more interesting, doesn't it? To say instead of saying trees, trees, trees. Oh. Can you still read it? What word's coming up next? I'll give you a little bit more. What word's coming up next? Yes, my dear, what word's coming up next? In the pink. All right. Well, just read it and see if that makes sense. They help our lawns. Does that make sense? Streets? So what would make sense? I like that you're thinking that way. What makes sense right now? Any idea? Yes, sir. Kai.
State.
What is it?
State.
Stay?
State.
Oh, state? Does that, they help our lawn state. I don't know if that makes sense. What's another one that might make sense here? Yes, my dear, in the glasses.
Stay.
What is it?
Stay.
Stay, do you think? Because what might be the word after stay? They help our lawn stay what? Yes, my dear? Healthy? Okay. But watch this. Yes, my dear? All right. Stay green. Yes, sir.
Healthy?
You think so? If it was healthy, what would it end with? What letter would it end with? Healthy. What letter? Are you sure? All right. Because what kind of a sound does the Y make on the end of a word a lot of times?
E.
It makes the E sound. All right. So let me just check. Can I do that lawn stay green?
Yeah.
Can I do that gardens and flowers?
No. You didn't do flowers.
Well, I know, but I did the garden part, right? And sometimes I think gardens can be flowers too, and vegetables, can't they? So is it okay? All right. All right, I'm just trying to think about, not having my stuff be too long too. All right, let me just read this paragraph and see if it's making sense, because I'm not quite done. Trees are important to the environment. They are homes to many animals. I think I'll put a comma there, like squirrels and birds. In our neighborhoods, we have neat species of birds, like owls. You know what I'm going to do right here? I've already used like. I thought maybe this. What do you think? Such as owls and cardinals. Trees also give shade in our extremely hot summers. They help our lawns stay green and our gardens stay healthy. What do you think? All right. How about if I do this, let them know that I'm done with my reasons?
Yeah.
What do you think? Yes, sir?
That is a sequence.
It is a sequence word, and I think I just want them to know that this is my last one. What's another word besides lastly? I could use Kai. I could use finally. Anybody else think of one I could? Oh, I didn't know there were so many choices. Yes, sir, in the green.
Last but not least.
Oh. I like it. I like what he just said to me. What do you think about that? Instead of just saying lastly, I could say last but not least. I gotta look at my notes here. Oh. I'm gonna do this. I want to make sure he knows I'm talking about my neighborhood. And look what I didn't forget this time. What did I put on there, on that word?
Hood.
I put hood. All right. See, am I a learner? Okay. Last but not least, the trees in our neighborhood. Does that make sense? All right. So can I check this one off?
Yeah.
And I have the character and the tree line streets. Maybe I can combine them into one sentence. Let me try to do that. I don't know about this one. I gotta check this one. Why am I gonna check that? Why am I gonna check that word right there? Yes, sir. Why am I gonna check it?
Because if you're trying to make two sentences in one,
Two sentences or two words?
yeah, two words in one, that wouldn't make sense.
Well, it might,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure, am I? Am I sure?
No.
I am not sure how to spell tree line. I don't know if there's a hyphen. I don't know if you put them together, or maybe they're two separate words, right? So what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Yes, sir.
Circle?
I'm going to circle it, but what do I have to do after I circle it?
Put a period?
No? If you're not sure about something, what do you have to do if you're not sure about something?
Underline it?
Yes? And then what do you do?
Circle it?
Can I do nothing?
Yeah.
No? That's not an option. I have to do something. What do I have to do? I want the person behind the pink. Yes, sir, the blue. What do I have to do? I think you're right. I can't hear you. What did you say? Fix it. I do have to fix it. I love that. But I'm not sure how to fix it. I'm serious. How do I fix it? Yes, sir. The red.
Maybe put a question mark at it?
Okay, let me do that. Now, okay, what's your name?
Justin?
Justin. I've circled it. I've got a question mark. What do I have to do to fix it? I don't know how to write or how to spell street line. Where am I going to go? Where?
Dictionary.
To a dictionary, right. I've got to go to the dictionary. All right. To find out how to spell it. Does that make sense to you? Okay, good man. Is that what you would do? Go to a dictionary? All right. So here's the thing. After I leave, do you know what one of your goals is for today? Here's the thing. You know what the great thing about being a teacher is? I don't have to do the work. Guess who has to do the work?
Us.
So guess what you're going to do sometime today? What are you going to do today, my dear? You're going to look at the dictionary for what word? Tree lined, okay? And see how you spell it. And when you see me next, what are you going to say to me? Mr. Matteson? What are you going to say to me? Mr. Matteson? This is how you spell tree lined, okay? So that's your thing. All right, tree lined. And now see, I forgot what, oh, I know. Can you see? I never introduced myself, did I? All right, I'm done with my, I think I'm done. I made a mistake? Again?
Yeah, it says lots of character witches. It only says character witches.
What should it say?
Characters.
Oh, well, I don't know. I think it's going to be a little bit different than a character like in a story. Character, you know, when you have a neighborhood that has lots of character, what does that mean when it has lots of character? Yes. Okay, well, there are lots of people, but character has to do with something else. What?
Like, it has lots of details.
Okay, has lots of details. What else?
It has lots of, lots of things, so it gives it it makes it kind of pop.
Yeah, it makes it kind of what? What was the word you used? Yeah, pop. I love that. It makes it kind of pop. When something has character, it means it's special, it pops out, it stands out, right? It's got personality, right? So would you rather, you think is a neighborhood that doesn't have trees have character, or a neighborhood that does have trees probably have character? What do you think? If the houses were all the same, or the houses are different, which one probably has more character, right? The houses that are all the same, or the one that has different kinds of homes? What do you think? Yeah, I think so too. I think they have different kind of homes, gives it lots of character. Okay. All right, can I just read it and then we'll be done? You've sat for a long time. Why am I going to read it one last time? Why do I need to read it one last time? I want the person sitting next to Kai to tell me. What's your name?
Layla.
Layla. Why do I have to read it one last time?
To make sure everything makes sense.
Yes, I have to make sure it flows okay, and that's what I want you listening for to make sure it flows okay. Ready? And then we'll be done. Ready? How am I addressing this? Read the first part to me.
To make concern.
I am writing this letter out of concern for the ash trees being cut down in our neighborhood. During a walk, I noticed 5 more ash trees recently cut down. I know these trees are infected, but I hate to see so many trees being removed from our neighborhood. Trees do a lot for us. Isn't there anything we can do besides down. Trees are important to the environment. They are homes to many animals like squirrels and birds. In our neighborhood, we have unique species of birds such as owls and cardinals. Let's see. Trees also give shade in our extremely hot summers. They help our lawns stay green and our gardens stay healthy. Last but not least, the trees in our neighborhood give our home much of their value. Our tree-lined streets have lots of character, and maybe a comma right there, take a breath, which is why people want to live here, okay? What do you think? Is it okay? You think it's effective? Do you think it flows okay?
You can really see the W. It looks like a L.
Which one?
On the last paper.
This one? Right, oh, this one right here?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna underline it right here because is this my finished price? Is this the one I'm gonna send?
No.
No, this is my draft, right? It's not my one, so I just put a line to make sure that I have to be really neat, right?